That's perfect.
Kind of turn right.
Cool.
Yikes.
Hey, buenos dias, ¿qué pasó, amigos? John's Motor Garage, as always, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk a little bit about how I almost passed up on like the most smoking deal ever. I don't know if it's the best deal in the nation, but hands down one of the best deals I've ever found on the Honda Goldwing F6B. If you watched some of my videos from a few months back, then you know which bike I'm talking about. I'll show you some clips of the bike. We'll talk a little bit about the motorcycle. Stay tuned to the end. I'll reveal how much I ended up paying for the motorcycle and why I almost didn't buy it, as well as how I ended up coming across the deal in the first place. I've been doing yard work all day and I just been itching to get out and ride. But it looks like a storm's brewing. Alright, so if you're new to the channel, you may not know, but I had a Honda Goldwing F6B a few months back. I actually had two of them. So here's the story. I've had 3 Honda Goldwings in the last year and a half, 2 years. The first one was a red Honda Goldwing F6B. Had around 5,000 miles. Beautiful bike. First time I ever rode a Goldwing, I was instantly hooked, totally sold on the bike. And that first one I paid $9,500 for, and I ended up selling it for $10,800. And it didn't take too long to sell, and that was kind of me getting my feet wet in the Honda Goldwing F6B market. And I thought I had a pretty good idea of the market there. So fast forward like a year and a half, I find another Honda Goldwing. This one's black, which I'd always wanted one of the black ones. It had way lower miles. It only had like 1,800 miles on it, one owner bike. And so I bought that bike in October. And for that bike, I ended up paying $10,000 for it. Again, I thought the miles are lower. It's a more desirable color. And so I was sure $10,000 was a smoking deal. Based on the other bikes on the market at the time, I thought I'd be able to sell it for $11,500 thereabouts. Still make $1,000 to $1,500, you know, plus or minus. Well, that bike, I decided to do some knee drags on it and just really practice maneuvers on the Goldwing. And it ended up scuffing up the crash bars and just the undercarriage of the bike. Is that what it's called, the undercarriage? I don't know, it scuffed it up a little bit. So when I posted the bike for sale, I took some pictures of all that, detailed it, and disclosed all of it, just to be honest and upfront. Well, I ended up having that bike posted for, I forget exactly how many months, but it just was not selling. I wasn't getting any bites on it. I had done some videos on it. I'm sure the knee drag stuff wasn't helping out. Oh shoot, almost went for it, but... But yeah, the bike wasn't getting any bites at all. And I was starting to realize, like, man, that's a big drag. The market on the Goldwings, the F6B, seemed to have slowed down a bit. And it makes sense. They came out with the new 2018s, completely revamped, redesigned. And the Goldwing, it's a niche market. It's kind of a tough one because it doesn't, while they wanted to appeal to the younger gen, and I think it is more appealing, I think it's still kind of a tough market for the young dudes. And then a lot of the the older generations probably thinking, if I'm gonna buy a Goldwing, I might as well get all of it. You know, it's just not a huge market. It was what I was figuring out. So basically what I'm getting at is the bike wasn't selling. I'm like, man, this sucks. I've I started it at around 11.5, dropped it to 11, dropped it to 10.8, and I was like, man, I have 10,000 bucks tied up in this motorcycle and it's not selling. That's not cool. And I knew I'd break even if I had to, but I just wasn't happy with it. So I have a guy hit me up. He's like, hey, I found a really good deal on a Goldwing right in your backyard. And my first thought was, well, I'm not really interested in a Goldwing because I already have one sitting, and it's just, I'm not getting any interest in it. Anyway, so this guy reaches out to me saying, I found a super smoking deal in your backyard. He was gonna buy it, didn't pan out. But my initial thought was, dude, I already have 10,000 bucks tied up in a Goldwing. I'm not getting any interest in it. I don't know, I may not even look at it. But I said, for the price, I think it's good enough. I think I'll go with it. And that's where you have to really like set your emotions aside and look at like, the data, the number. I'll get to it, I swear, I'll get to the price. So I go out, I check out the motorcycle, and this thing was like even nicer condition than the one I had. Nice tinted windscreen, just beautiful condition. And so here's the crazy thing. The price on that bike was $8,300. And that's why I said, I don't know if it is the cheapest in the nation, but it's definitely one of. And I've seen maybe cheaper, but for the mileage, it also only had 1,800 miles on it for 8,300 bucks, dude. And after seeing it in person, I was like, holy smokes, now that's a smoking deal on a Goldwing F6B. That's more like it. So I bought it. I sent the dude 200 bucks, kind of like a finder's fee type thing. I don't know if that's like fair or not fair. I really have no idea, but. So anyway, that's the grand reveal. 8,300 bucks is what I ended up paying for that bike. It was 1,800 miles, 2013 Goldwing F6B. Was not the deluxe, no cruise control, but just a beautiful bike. Yeah, like I said, one that I almost didn't even go out and buy. So leave a comment below, what do you think? Good deal on that bike? Stay tuned. I'll drop a video here very soon going over how much I ended up selling the bike for, and I'll also discuss why I decided to sell it. And I'll also go over how much I sold the other one for, because remember, now I have two Goldwings sitting in my garage, one of which has been getting no interest at all. Alright guys, so that's going to do it. John's Moto Garage. If you dig the content, like and subscribe. Hit me on Instagram. But yeah, there you have it. The Honda Goldwing F6B. So I ended up with two in my garage, and I got the one for 8,300, basically 8,500 bucks after the finder's fee. And so now I have two Goldwings, $18,000 total tied up in two motorcycles. Check out one of my upcoming videos. I'll go over how I ended up selling the two and how much I was able to make between the two combined. All right, you guys, we'll hit you up on the next one. Adios, nos vemos. All right, you guys, we successfully got the bike up into the truck. Now we're going to demonstrate how to get the bike out of the truck. It is perhaps the scarier part for many, so wish me luck. All right, so let me show you what I'm talking about. So with the hard bags on these 2013 models, you've got the latch right here. But again, the only way that you can open it up, and I think they fixed this in 2015, is you have to take the key and you have to unlock it here. Once it's unlocked, you cannot remove that key. So you unlock it, and then voila, you can open it up. What do you know? We got a camera. Cool. But I think in 2015 they updated it to where you didn't have to do it that way. But and then, like I was saying, some of this stuff here just feels a little bit cheap. A little plastic piece here, but it is still functional. You got the gas cap right here. This thing is clean. Nothing here as far as for cargo or storage, but right here you've got some storage. And here's one of the throttle locks I was talking about, Go Cruise. And I think this one gets some pretty decent reviews. Works. CB radio hookup, and then of course all your audio dials here as well as up here.